Hey, this is Pastor Dave, and this is your Monday Mojo. Hope you had a great weekend. So I'm sitting here on my front porch, live in a cul-de-sac, looking across the cul-de-sac at my neighbor. He's out mowing his yard. And I'm thinking about something. I'm thinking about when I was a younger Dave, I could take a football and I could throw it from where I'm sitting here into his garage. 61-year-old Dave probably couldn't do that, but you know what I could do? I could throw a frisbee from here into his garage. So the distance from here to there is not really great. But here's what I know. I'm watching him mow his yard, but I don't know his name. I'm watching his wife or maybe a niece out playing with his son. Now, I know his son's name because he's out playing with his son a lot, and we've learned his son's name, and he's a real cute little guy. But that's about all we know. And he lives a frisbee throw away from me. You know, Eric Church gave an awesome graduation speech this year where he said, you know, we now live in a time where it's possible to be known globally, but to not even know the name of your neighbor right across the court. It's interesting, isn't it? And I think I'd like to get to know them. I took them cookies when they moved in, but I didn't know their name. I didn't learn their name. I didn't ask questions because I'm not nearly as good as my wife Laura at asking questions about people's life. And I'm thinking to myself, I need to get better at that. We need to get better at that. We need to understand that for those of us who have decided that following after Christ is a worthwhile endeavor, we've been put on this place. I've been put in this court to make a difference. My presence here, Laura and I's presence here, Laura and Stormy and I's presence here is here to make a difference in the lives of the people in this court. And I don't even know his name. I just know his son's name. And here's the really interesting thing. The God of the universe decided that it was important to take a step and walk across the universe and come into our existence to get to know us and for us to get to know him. So doesn't it make sense that it's probably a good idea for me to walk across the court and say, hey, my name's Dave. What's your name? We live on the same piece of real estate, for God's sake. How about we get to know each other, care about each other, learn about each other, be happy about each other's lives, know what's going on. Anyway, those are my thoughts as I sit here on my front porch at 621 Fulcroft Court. Hope that it helps you think about the neighbor that you might have where you could throw a frisbee into their garage. Have a great week.